In today's tutorial, we are going to show you how to use an iPad for distance learning using Google Meet. First, I'm going to set up a meeting on my computer as usual. So I'm going to go to google.com, and then in the upper right-hand corner, there's this little button that looks like a grid that says Google Apps. So I'll click on that, and I'll look for the Meet icon. Sometimes they're in a different order, so if you don't see it, scroll down and you'll see more apps. You're looking for the green little circle thing with a video camera in it. So I'll click that. And your screen might look a little bit different from mine because I have a paid account, but either way, there will be a button somewhere offering for you to start a meeting. So let's start a meeting. This allows me to give my meeting a nickname if I want to, but I'm going to skip that step. You might not have this step if you don't have a paid account. Now it brings us to this screen. We haven't actually joined the meeting yet. It's kind of a space for us to check and make sure we have everything set up the way we want it. If we want to turn off our audio, we can. If we want to turn off the video, we can. Right now my video is on. You can't see me because I have a piece of tape over my camera, but usually you would see yourself in this screen. On the right-hand side, we have an option to join now or to present. Joining now will join in the standard way, using whatever settings you have set up over here. So probably with the camera and the audio. And present will join only with your screen. So it'll allow everybody in the meeting to see what you're doing on your screen, but they won't be able to hear you or see you. It's also important to notice this little thing up here that's got meet.google.com / and then 3 sets of letters separated by dashes. These 3 sets of letters separated by dashes are your meeting code, and this whole thing is the URL that you can share if you want to invite other people to your meeting. I'm going to go ahead and join the meeting now. And it pops up with another opportunity for us to copy the URL. It's the same as it was before, as meet.google.com, and the same set of 3 groups of letters. And if you notice, anytime you need those groups of letters, you can just get them from your URL up here at the top. You don't want the whole thing, but directly after meet.google.com, you can see the same set of letters again, and then there's a question mark after it and a bunch of stuff we don't care about. Also in the bottom left-hand corner, you have meeting details, which gives you another opportunity to copy your URL and to see your meeting code. This meeting code will be important when we get our iPad to join the meeting. So this is all set up. We're in a meeting by ourselves. Usually you would probably invite someone else, but let's just see if we can get our iPad to join the meeting for now. The first thing I want to do is make sure that I have the Google Meets app installed. So if you don't have it installed yet, you can go to your App Store, and it's just called Google Meet. So you install that. I already have Google Meet on this iPad though, so I will find it. There's our little green circle thing with the video camera. Click on that. And it gives me the option to start a new meeting or join an existing meeting. Well, we want to join an existing meeting, so I'll click that. Now it's asking me for the meeting nickname or a code provided by the meeting organizer. So that's the same meeting code that's got the 3 sets of letters that was up in your URL. So I'm just going to type in the same ones from the other meeting, which were MCS dash. You can find the dash here if you click the numbers. Then back to the letters. EGZB dash RUV. Join. And you have two options here. You've got this join button and you can turn your video camera on or off and the audio on or off. But we don't want to use that because we don't want more than one set of audio. That will be confusing and give us a feedback loop. We want to use the share screen option. So I'm going to hit share screen. And then we get this little prompt that just checks to make sure we really want to start broadcasting our screen. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then it's blinking at us. If we go out of this app, we now have a little red icon at the top here that indicates that we're sharing our screen. If we click that, it gives us the option to stop sharing our screen. But I want to keep sharing my screen. So now we can open up an app. I'm going to open up my Ready, Set, Go Data app. It's my favorite speech-language pathology tool. And anything that we are able to see on this iPad, we'll also be able to see in our Google Meeting on our computer. Now when we go back to our computer and look at our Google Meeting from our computer, we can see everything that's happening on the iPad. I really like this Ready, Set, Go Data app because it allows me to track data and run sessions with custom materials for all sorts of different language goals. It's important to remember when you're all done with your meeting that you want to sign out of the iPad meeting. If you don't stop sharing your screen on the iPad, then even if you sign out of the meeting on the computer, anyone who's still left in the meeting can still see what you're doing on your iPad. So I can either take the shortcut to this little red button and say stop, and that will work. Now no one can see my iPad anymore from that Google Meet. You can also use this little green camera button that is in its place. We'll bring you back and you can restart your broadcast if you want to. So that's one way. Or if you're here and you're broadcasting, you can just go back directly to the Meet app and click Stop Broadcast. And now no one else will be able to see what you're doing on your iPad.